We're ready to go racing. I love competing at this racetrack, and I look forward to a great race Saturday night. The mindset's really to come in and try to take a trophy out of here. That really solves our problem in the points that we have right now. If we can't, we still need to focus on finishing as high as we can. And the reason that leaves a little bit of hope is that if you miss the big ones in Talladega, you could assume that some of the chasers will be involved in one or two of those, and you might have another chance. I mean, it's a fading chance in the position I'm in, I believe, but it's still an opportunity and something for us to consider. So we're here to try to win the race, but if we can't, we still need to finish well, and then hope we have some luck down in Talladega. I firmly believe that the speed of a race car is due to the chemistry and connection between the driver, crew chief, and team, and that whole environment, engineers, mechanics, and yeah, we're just not where we want to be, bottom line. We're working very hard to get there. The sport is not forgiving, and what you've accomplished in the past doesn't buy you a damn thing for the present. You've got to go out there and earn it and make the most of it. And we've been a 3rd to 5th place car, and we can finish there and run there, but we haven't been a dominant car. And we're certainly hoping that when we come to tracks that have been very good for the 48, that we're able to find that little bit, find that extra tenth to put us in that position and get our mojo going in the right way. We feel like if we came back with the May setup in the car, we'd probably be 2 or 3 more tenths off. It seems that we're taking track records down by a couple tenths, even from a spring race to a fall race, and I would imagine that would kind of show true again here today. So you don't have a chance to sit still in the sport. You have to keep moving and progressing your race cars. Growing up, I grew up on the dirt and had a lot of different influences and heroes that I looked up to. Motocross was my starting point, so a bunch of names from that 80s, 90s era of dirt bikes, but most of all Rick Johnson from a motocross standpoint. And I've worked my way into off-road trucks and buggies, and Ivan Stewart, Walker Evans, and again Rick Johnson made it from 2 wheels to 4 and was still my hero at that point and a family friend. As I was tuning in, watching the big-time auto racing taking place, Alan Sir Jr. was awesome to see such a young guy out there racing with his dad. Rick Mears came from the off-road industry and went on, was probably the one that I focused on the most in that era of time. And then as I started to look at 4 wheels and thinking I might have a career in motorsports, there was a guy racing on Thursday Night Thunder with a terrible mustache and a cool mullet named Jeff Gordon, and that was the guy. And when he left the midget sprint world and made it to the Baby Ruth nationwide car, Busch car in the time, it was very difficult to stay connected on the West Coast with a sport that was so kind of regional at the time, and the media wasn't like it is today. But I would try to keep up, and then once he made it to Cup, it was much easier to follow along. There's a couple other names in there too that I got to throw out, which would be Kel Yarborough, Davey Allison, at different points in time that I kept an eye on.